Good morning, Western Washington, and happy Thursday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and today we're going to take a look at the forecast for the next few days here, including this next system that's going to move through the area late Friday through Saturday, and then the additional rain we're going to have this weekend. So we're starting here with the mid-level water vapor satellite, and you can see our next storm is offshore. It's going to be generally moving, swinging up this way through Friday, and we could have some more development on that through the next couple of days here as that moves up toward the northern tip of Vancouver Island there, and that will spread some wind across parts of the coast and mainly areas from Everett northward, maybe some spotty gusts for parts of the Puget Sound lowlands, but this should be mainly limited to the coast and areas Everett north. Otherwise, it's going to be a partly sunny day today. We could have some clouds around at times as well. Let's take a look at the overall pattern. We are under a ridge right now. Our pressure readings are somewhat high, but this ridge is moving pretty quickly. By the time we get to midday Friday, it should be out of the area, and this troughing is moving up. You can see the system that we are going to be impacted by is this little lip on the trough there. That moves into Vancouver Island. Then we have more troughing that continues all the way through Sunday, and that pushes through the northwest on Monday, and then by Tuesday we'll have this little bit of a ridge here Tuesday night into Wednesday, but it looks like there, as you can see, that there is more troughing moving in from the Gulf of Alaska there. So now let's take a look at precipitation type. So you can see our storm there that I was just showing on the satellite loop is moving northeast toward Vancouver Island, but you can see how the low remains pretty far offshore. It starts to spread rain across the area by Friday night, but the low remains up near Vancouver Island, thus limiting the potential for strong winds across parts of western Oregon and western Washington, and limiting it more to the coast and points from Everett north. The low moves into Vancouver Island. We get rain at times on Saturday, and then that rain continues into Sunday. They're pretty heavy Sunday morning, it looks like, and then turning a little bit more showery by Sunday afternoon. And that is where this version of the forecast ends. But let's take a look a little bit further here. So as we go past Sunday into Monday morning there, you can see we still have rain at times and mountain snow. And then we continue with that rain at times, turning showery by late Monday night before we mostly dry out, with the exception of some mountain showers on Tuesday. And then as we go into the extended here, you can see another frontal system moves through on Wednesday and on Thursday there. And that we have one more front that looks like it could move through by Friday to start November, but that's looking pretty far out into the forecast. So now let's take a look here at peak winds on the NAM high-resolution forecast here. You can see how this wind is really strongest along the coast there. The north coast, like Quileute and La Push, could reach 60 miles an hour. Places like Ocean Shores, Westport, and Long Beach could all be 50 to 55 miles an hour. Chance of a 60-mile-an-hour gust. You can see some potential gap winds out of the gorge that are bringing a 40-mile-an-hour gust to Portland. And then areas from Seattle south through about Kelso could gust 35 to 40 miles an hour on this forecast. And then areas from Everett northward likely gusting 40 to 50 miles an hour, except the San Juan Islands could gust up to 55 miles an hour. And we are looking at some potential downslope winds across the northern Olympic Peninsula near Sequim and Port Angeles there. And those winds could gust up to 50 miles an hour as well. Comparing this to the high-resolution rapid refresh model, you can see a very similar picture with those 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts possible along the coast, and then from Everett northward gusts of 40 to 50 miles an hour, potential for some 55 plus mile an hour gusts up there as well. And then this forecast is also showing the strongest winds in the lowlands to basically be from SeaTac south to about Chehalis, with gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour there. So stay tuned for more on that over the next couple of days. We'll talk about it a little bit more. Now let's take a look at the high-resolution rapid refresh at the radar here. You can see the frontal system moves through. This is late Friday night. We start getting moderate to heavy rain across the area. By early Saturday morning, those are turning more into some showers. And then we have showers continuing at times through Saturday morning. There, this ends at about 5 a.m. But you can see how that will be potentially some heavy rain in that frontal system late Friday night there from like 9 o'clock onward across parts of the region. Taking a look at total precipitation, I put this out all the way through 11 p.m. Sunday, so this is basically precipitation through the weekend, and you can see 1 to 1.5 inches for most of the lowlands, about 2 to 2.5 inches for the coast, and up to 3 inches for the mountains. A little bit of a rain shadow there in the northeast Olympic Peninsula, but that area still gets up to 1 inch of rain. Now, taking a look at total snowfall, you can see through late Sunday, not all that much in the way of mountain snow. Places like Paradise and Mount Baker could get up to 9 to 12 inches or so. But then the passes, looks like Stevens Pass gets nearly an inch. Same at White Pass and Chinook Pass there, and Snoqualmie Pass may get a dusting of snow. But other than that, snow will be mainly limited to the higher peaks through Sunday, but Monday onward, we will likely have some more snow at some lower elevations in the mountains. Let's take a look at high temperatures. It's going to be a cool day today on Thursday. You can see highs across the entire area only in the mid-50s. Some areas will remain in the low 50s. But then we start to warm up significantly on Friday with that warm front ahead of this system there. And you can see highs increasing into the upper 50s to low 60s and low to mid-60s from Seattle southward. And then the coast also in the low to mid-60s. Mid-60s around Long Beach there, it looks like. Saturday highs will be in the upper 50s to low 60s from Seattle north and the low 60s from Seattle south. And same on the coast there. But then we start to cool down significantly by Sunday with highs dropping to the mid-50s for most of the lowlands and mid-50s to a few low 60s on the coast. By Monday, we are all the way back down in the low 50s for most of the area. Some places, Seattle south could stay in the mid-50s, but areas from Seattle northward, upper 40s to low 50s for your highs. And that trend will continue into next week. And one more thing to look at, we are looking at the European model for maximum individual wave height here. You can see the system moving in on Friday brings some elevated waves to the coast early Saturday morning, potentially 25-foot waves or so. And then a stronger system over the Gulf of Alaska there and moving into Haida Gwaii on late Saturday brings a big swell to the northwest on Sunday. There you can see some 25 to 30-foot waves potentially off the coast there on Sunday, and that kind of starts to diminish by the time we get to early Monday. So that could be some nice wave watching on the coast, especially Sunday out there. So, but be careful if you're out there. Waves can be dangerous at times, but it could be pretty cool as well. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and share these videos. We are over 500 subscribers, but my goal is to hit 1,000 this storm season, so be sure to subscribe and help support the channel. And stay tuned. We got a lot more to talk about over the next few days, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.